Welcome to the Games Freezer.
Hello everybody, it's Richard. It's Games Freezer, and this is the 10-minute taster for Azure Saga Pathfinder. So it's that time over the week again when I delve into a game just for 10 minutes, just to let you know what I think of it after my 10-minute taster, and let you know whether you may or may not consider purchasing it. So, what have we got here then? Well, Azure Saga Pathfinder it's a JRPG, which is not the kind of game that I usually play, because I find the battle systems far too complex or boring. But this has got something about it, and you find me here rooting through the king's possessions in his office while he tells me we need more people like me in this kingdom to save it. Anyway, yeah, it's got something about it. I mean, I like the art style for a start. This hand-drawn art style is really cool. It's got character about it. I like actually the way that the sort of levels are built up out of quadrants. You've got each square that you enter kind of showing up in that little mini map in the top right hand corner. That fountain looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And if you're going into a new area, then you can see the mini map shows that hasn't been walked into yet. So it's a really good way of working out where you have been, where you haven't been, and ensures that you're not going to get too lost or bogged down with trying to work out where you've backtracked through. So I really like the way that it puts that across. I like this art style, as I've said before. It's nice and vibrant. It's got a bit of character about it. Although I've got to admit, actually, when I first looked at the screenshots, I thought, this looks like a kind of off-the-shelf, generic kind of role-playing game, just from the original screenshots. But it actually looks better when you play it, and when you see it in action, because it does really come across really well. And in the cutscenes as well, I like the art that's used in that. It's although the characters do look different in the cutscenes, but it's kind of close up, kind of graphic-y novel style cutscenes rather than the cutesy art that we see here with the kind of big heads. But yeah, overall, it's something that I didn't think I'd like, and I'm actually quite into it. Like I say, the things that normally turn me off these games are the constant grind of the battle, the constant trying to work out what the hell is going on, which is me with most games. But this kind of genre, the JRPG, generally does become that kind of a head scratcher. I normally fall off of them after the first week. If I try and get into JRPGs, that's what generally happens. The premise always looks good on the back of the box or on the screenshots and everything. I'm like, yeah, I can really get invested in these characters. But then a lot of the time it's too fantastical for me to actually invest my time in it. I'm kind of more a gamer who's going to invest their time in something a bit more realistic than your sort of Final Fantasies. And granted, some of the Final Fantasy games from the retro gaming era, especially on the PlayStation 1, was where I got involved with them, are amazing games. But again, games that I've never really played through to completion just because of that grind aspect. Whereas with this, it's kind of light. It's a light JRPG, in my opinion. If I was going to classify it, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's got a nice feel about it. I mean, this overworld map kind of presentation's pretty cool as well, like that. These are the cutscenes, so you got like a kind of different representation of your character within these cutscenes. So they look slightly different from when you're running around as the little chibi style character. So who do you play? Well, you're Cinch. And you're the son of a scientist, and basically how you end up where you are, which is on a planet that you've never been to before, is you're basically going to look for your dad. You're in a spaceship with Noide, your companion droid, and you get shot down. Noide puts you into cryostasis just before you get shot down, and then you wake up on this strange planet and start discovering your purpose and kind of your mission as you go through. And these kind of side characters are the people that you've met along the way. So you've probably got into this at the minute around about an hour. I think it's taken me to get to this point. And yeah, it's a good game. It's easy to comprehend. The tutorial aspect of it really introduces the battle mechanics well, which I like. Again, usually when I'm sort of trying to get my head around JRPGs and the battle systems, I come up at a loss. The only one that really hooked me in and has given me the sort of the impetus to go out and play more JRPGs was Child of Light. Now again, it's a kind of light JRPG. It's got the sort of the sort of battle aspect of a JRPG within it, but it was more platformy, side scrolling. But this with a 2.5 dimension isometric view as well, it really helps it. I like it. I like the way it looks in that respect, and it makes it more fun, I think, to play. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Right, so as we go into a battle, this is the battle screen, kind of similar to a lot of games you would have seen with a similar genre. So you got that united skill, which is where you all join forces in order to unleash a powerful skill, and you basically unlock those united skills by lining up 3 skills that are compatible with each other. And when you do that, it gives you a symbol to show that you've now unlocked the united skill. So as you can use that assuming you've got enough mana, which is the blue bar above the head of the player, and obviously the green bar being the life. So I'm going to use the united skill again, which should dispatch Mr. Scorpion as he goes down in Chinatown. Happy days. So yeah, so that's the thing I like about this a lot. Battles are nice and breezy, quick and breezy to play. You're not getting bogged down in all sorts of other shenanigans that usually associated with JRPG battle systems. So it's all good. Turn-based is good when it's implemented well, and that I think they've implemented it really well on this game. When you're sort of running around, you'll obviously have the random battle encounters that come up and are just a part of the way these games pan out. But again, because the battle system's so breezy, you don't feel too much of a grind there, in my opinion. You're not setting aside like 10 minutes every battle to try and work your way through it, which I've found with some games, and I just fall off them immediately. But with this one, it's a far better experience, in my opinion. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. So let's use one of the skills. So we've used a few different attacks there. Oh, well, there we go. He's gone. Learn from your defeat. Victorious. So you can obviously build up your party as per any game like this, and swap in and out your various characters as you go through. Right, I'm off to have fun with Noide the Droid. Goodbye.
www.gamescreator.eu